beautiful Niagara Falls. We are out here exploring the American side of this region for the next couple of days. We're going to be taking you along as we go hiking, do one of the legendary jet boats around, a helicopter tour, and so much more. So stick around because this is going to be one epic adventure itinerary. Here at the Sunflowers of Sanborn, and it's really close to the Buffalo airport. So when you fly in to your trip to Niagara Falls on the US side, Buffalo is the closest airport, and this is about a 30-minute drive. So super close. This is great for families. It's a really cute little sunflower field. You can just putz around and enjoy the flowers. There's some little games and stuff for children, and you can also pick your own sunflowers in the back, which is super fun. They have little hay rides. They have a corn maze. So if you are traveling with little ones, this would be a great little stop when you're visiting Niagara Falls area.
Another spot you definitely should check out is Arrowhead Springs Winery. It is a beautiful vineyard. We got to meet the owner, walk through and do a little tour. They have one of the wineries that has the most barrel-aged wines in all of New York. So if you're in this area, you definitely have to stop. Personal favorite from us was the Viognier. I honestly really also enjoyed, they have a bunch of different tastings that you can do. I like the patio flight. You get quite a few of their whites and a couple reds. And they also have homemade pizza, which I enjoyed inside. Definitely would recommend on like a nice afternoon. It has beautiful views of the vineyard the whole time. But yeah, definitely make sure to add it to your itinerary.
So now we are right down the road at Freedom Run Winery, and it is an amazing experience down here if you are into wine. I absolutely loved the Pinot Noir especially, but also the Rosé was really interesting. There's a ton of really unique wine out here. So if you're looking for a good wine tasting, make sure to stop here at Freedom Run as well. We got to go out in the vineyard and go kind of learn about all the different grapes. They do have tours on property as well. So if you want to go and learn about all the different varietals and kind of expand your wine education, they also have that, as well as like a little wine education club where they have different topics each month that you can sign up and join. Everything was phenomenal. And I'm not normally a Chardonnay drinker, but both of their Chardonnays, there's one that's super oaky and there's one that's unoaky. Both of them are really good. They weren't too buttery, so definitely recommend doing a tasting here if you are on this side and are looking for some really good wine. Something that we learned here too, that this area of Niagara, typically the Canadian side is a big, well-renowned wine area, and if you go on the US side, it's the same soil and the same kind of growing environment. So if you're looking for some phenomenal wine without the Napa of Canada price tag, then you'll definitely want to come over to the US side of Niagara to go wine tasting to get some really great wines with a better deal, less crowds, and still some incredible tastings.
When we were in Niagara Falls, we stayed at the Seneca Niagara Casino, and honestly, we liked it because it was close to everything. I will say that they used to allow indoor smoking here, so if you don't love staying in places that smell like smoke, I might recommend staying somewhere else. But if you're looking for something central, I definitely recommend the Seneca Niagara Casino. It was the biggest place nearby, and it has a lot of amenities for you. There are other options nearby as well as outside of Niagara Falls proper. There is a ton of cute little towns like Lewiston that you could stay in as well. We just wrapped up our day here at Wilson's Boathouse. It was honestly really delicious. It's right on the waterfront, which was pretty cool. It's crazy to look across, and like Toronto is only around 36 miles from here. Pretty crazy to see. The food was honestly pretty good here. We decided to go for the crab cakes. G went for the mahi-mahi tacos, and I went for the bone-in meat. It was delicious. I will say that it is pretty hot right now in August. We're really excited tomorrow. We're gonna be checking out the falls. We're gonna be getting wet, so I'm sure the heat will feel really nice then. But if you're looking for a nice little dinner, family vibes, there was some live music on the outside. Lots of locals here. Just a quick reminder that they will be closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We would definitely recommend checking out Wilson's Boathouse. But with that, we're gonna start driving back to our hotel, get some shut-eye, because tomorrow we have a big day of exploring Niagara Falls, and we cannot wait to show you around. We just got back from our helicopter tour and oh my goodness, you guys, this was so beautiful. This is one of the only helicopter tours in the area. This one is called Rainbow Tourism. They actually just got a brand new facility. They used to be located next to the falls. They moved it over here, but honestly, it's so beautiful inside. They have this whole area where they're gonna be doing all the history of what has happened in Niagara Falls for the air and tourism. And basically, they do a lot of helicopters and a lot of planes out here are designed and created for the military. So it's really cool to learn about that. Not only that, but they also have a VR experience, which I had a lot of fun with. It feels like they take you up in an airplane and then they drop you outside of it and you get to paraglide along the Niagara Falls and kind of have full control over it. They actually partnered with the same exact companies that did it for Universal and Disneyland. So that was a really cool experience. And they have that in case it ever rains or it's too windy and they can't fly the helicopter, you can still have that aerial feel. Now with the helicopter ride, it lasts around 10 to 15 minutes. The cool part about it is let's say you live in the US or you're traveling to the US trying to see Niagara Falls and you don't have a passport to go into Canada, this is actually the way to get the postcard view of the falls. They loop around 2 times. You get to see this incredible view of the waterfalls. It's the one that you see in all the postcards and all of the brochures. We had a beautiful bluebird day today. And I didn't realize, but there's actually 3 falls. There's the 2 massive falls and there's a little one. We're actually getting ready to go down and hike into the gorge now where we're gonna get up and close. But if you guys are looking to get up in the air, get the best view of Niagara Falls, I would definitely recommend checking out Rainbow Air Tourism. I'll put the QR code right over here with a direct link to the website if you want to go and check it out. But with that, let's go and get ready for our hike.
We're out here hiking along the beautiful river gorge here in Whirlpool State Park. This is right along the side of the river the whole time. And it is so beautiful and peaceful out here. We're hiking out here on a Tuesday morning. It is so lovely. It's not crowded at all. The park is very well maintained, and yeah, we're out here. We took quite a few steps down here. This whole trail is pretty steep down into the gorge, and then it's flat along the river. So you will have to do a couple hundred stairs out of the gorge to get back up to where we started. So it took us about 45 minutes with some photo stops to get down to this point here, which is the flats next to the whirlpool, and it was only about 1.1 miles. So the thing that will get you is that elevation on the way up, but so far it's been a very easy trail and lots of really great bird watching, wildlife. Apparently the fall foliage out here is super, super stunning. So if you're coming out here in September or October, you'll have really beautiful views of the gorge with all the fall foliage as well. I hope we get to come back up here and do that. We're gonna hang out here, take a little snack break, and then we're gonna head back up to where we started, and we'll take you guys with.
We just got back to the parking lot here for the gorge hike. Took us about an hour and 20 minutes from beginning to end, and it was 2.4 miles round trip. So very family friendly if you guys are looking to come here. We were also just told that on the weekends, if you come here, they have like a snow cone truck here sometimes, and it is open basically year round. A couple things to make note of is it does get really slippery down by the water. So if you have your kids, just be very careful. There's been some incidents, and what they say is however tall the walls are next to you in terms of the gorge, so around 150 feet, that's how deep the river is right next to you. So it's around 150 to 200 feet in some places. It gets extremely deep. The water is very dangerous, so you are not allowed to swim inside the gorge. So just a couple things to keep in mind. Really excited to bring you along and go check out another spot. It's an absolutely beautiful day, and we have so much left planned for it. Welcome to Terrapin Point. You get this beautiful overlook over Niagara Falls. We just finished grabbing lunch over at the Top of the Falls restaurant. It was really nice. There's an inside or an outside spot, and you could either eat outside and be able to see Horseshoe Falls, which is the one right behind me here, or you could sit inside and not get blasted by the wind, but it's honestly pretty good. We are waiting to go on our next tour, which I'm not gonna tell you just yet what it is, but it's probably the craziest one we're gonna do. Over here, it is a little crowded. It's about 2 in the afternoon right now on a beautiful August day, so we still have lots of different opportunities to stop, explore the falls. The Horseshoe Fall is the most famous spot. From the Canada side, you can actually walk across this area called Rainbow Bridge and be able to see it from the opposite side. So this is the American view of it. It's still stunning. You can get right up next to the falls, but this is a must if you visit Niagara. One of our favorite activities was Cave of the Winds. This is a must do if you're in Niagara Falls on the US side. We have never been able to get this close and personal to a massive waterfall. You get there, you descend around 170 feet in an elevator to a gorge, and there you're given a poncho if you want to stay dry. Giselle opted to just wear her rain jacket because on the day that we did this, it was so hot, so it felt like the poncho was basically just cooking you. The wild thing is that every year they have to reconstruct the wood base because of all the rocks that have fallen during the winter. And our favorite part was the hurricane deck, which is exactly what it sounds like. You can stand right underneath Bridal Veil Falls and feel the mist, the wind, and the water, similar to what it would be like in a hurricane. Plus, we got lucky and could see rainbows all around us, but I will put a little disclaimer, be prepared though, because you will get absolutely drenched. I wore my running shoes by accident and I was bummed because my running shoes took 2 days to dry out. So I would recommend bringing some Crocs or even just some sandals on the Cave of the Winds tour. If you want to go on a boat ride and get absolutely soaked and experience the real Niagara Falls, you need to do the Maid of the Mist. It has been running since 1846 and is one of the oldest tourist attractions in all of America. You can get up and close and personal to all three of the falls, which are the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and Horseshoe Falls. It was so much fun and honestly breathtaking because this is the closest you can get to seeing all three falls in one little boat ride. There are rainbows everywhere that you were doing it, especially if you do it midday, and it was just so fun to experience. They give you ponchos once again to try and protect you, and it does get really busy on top. So our little hack was we went to the bottom where we had it almost all to ourselves. We took a little bit of a later afternoon tour at around 5 o'clock and saw that the crowds died down a bit. So another thing to note.
So one super unique thing that we would recommend doing while you're visiting the Niagara Falls area on the USA side is visit Art Park. It's one of the only state parks completely dedicated to art, and we actually got to see Fitz and the Tantrums here, who I actually saw back in college in 2019, so it was really fun to be able to see them again. You get to see the sunset, the river, the nature. Everyone out here is just having a great time. Most people bring their own chairs or some sort of picnic blanket or towel because the majority of the amphitheater is grass seating for the outdoor performances. There's also an indoor main stage theater which seats a couple thousand people as well. It was just such a good vibe with all the food trucks. The beer and the food were all really, really good. Parking was only $10, which was so affordable coming from California, and everything was honestly very fairly priced.
This has got to be one of the coolest add-ons of a kayak tour that we've ever done. You can actually get this little concierge service here where you can get any sort of little picnic, whether you want to do it midday, afternoon, sunset perhaps if you have a special occasion. This would be a great add-on, but we started this morning kayaking down the river, and then we just pulled into this nature preserve here and had this lovely picnic waiting for us. So when you guys are booking with Niagara Outfitters, I definitely recommend doing this. This is so cute, and it's a great little way to break up your kayak. And if you want to add on this service, just make sure to give them a call. I'll put the phone number in the description box down below, but 100%, this is so cute. You guys got to do it.
Today we are exploring the town of Lewiston, which is around 20 minutes from downtown Niagara Falls, and it's honestly such a cute little town. We learned so much about the history of this place. This is actually where Niagara Falls used to be a couple hundred years ago before it got pushed back to where it is today. Due to like the limestone and the sandstone under it, they say that if they didn't start regulating what Niagara Falls, the amount of water that was coming through, it would actually be
like 200 miles back from where it is right now, which is crazy to think about. And this is where it all started. We actually went on a kayaking trip here, which is one of the best things that I think you should do in this area. It was so relaxing. We started here in Lewiston, and then we were able to go downstream towards Fort Niagara and Lake Ontario, which was pretty cool. Our tour guide here was incredible and explained kind of like what happened in Lewiston back in 1812. Since Canada is right across the street, a lot of people would come here to escape and get to safety in Canada. There's so much history. If you are a history nut, this is definitely a spot that I would recommend coming and making a day trip out of.
Here we go.
Next up is probably our favorite experience of the whole trip, which is the jet boat ride in Lower Niagara Falls. It was a rush of adrenaline where you get to go through Class 5 rapids in Devil's Hole, and it was so much fun. If you really want to experience the rapids, you need to sit in the front 4 rows because we were having an absolute blast in the front of the boat. You will get absolutely soaked though, and the water will come up to about your waistline at some points, which is pretty wild, but all the water does drain out of the Hamilton boat, and you will get tossed around a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. They show you brace position when you're going through the rapids, but it was such a good time. This is a must-do activity in Niagara Falls for adventure lovers, and we put the QR code right here if you want to do it. The one thing to note is you actually don't see the falls, like the main falls like Horseshoe Falls or American Falls, but you do get to experience the Lower Niagara River.
And I have to say our favorite restaurant of the whole trip was the Savor restaurant. We loved it because it was an immersive experience in the Niagara Falls Culinary Institute. These are students working on gaining experience, and you can see all the food being prepared right in front of you. It was definitely a very different feel than the rest of Niagara Falls, and we would highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're looking for like a nice little sit-down restaurant. It is 3 courses and it changes throughout the season, so definitely make sure to stop here. It was a short little 5-minute walk from our hotel, and if you're staying anywhere in downtown Niagara, definitely check it out.
This is about to be one of the craziest views of Niagara Falls by far. We are going up in this massive balloon behind us, and we're getting to do something pretty special by going up at 10 p.m., which is when the fireworks and the lights light up on Niagara Falls on the USA side. So we're really excited. We get to go up and see everything from the air. So this will be a completely different experience that we had. So if you guys perhaps don't have the opportunity to go and do a helicopter ride, this is another great way to get a really unique view of the falls. So let's get in the balloon. Here we go. Taking off.
If you do it during the day, it's definitely a unique, quick way to get a different vantage point of the falls, especially if you don't do a helicopter ride. But if you're a big firework lover, then doing it at night was a pretty magical experience. It was only about a 10 to 15 minute flight, so it was pretty quick, but it aligned perfectly with the fireworks and it was super romantic.
And that is it for our full guide to Niagara Falls on the American side. If you want to see more bucket list adventures just like this, make sure you give us a like and subscribe so you can see more beautiful destinations like this around the world. And with that, we'll see you next week with another adventure.